Okay, this morning we're out here working on these steering clutches that we got back from Coleman's yesterday. And the throwout bearings, this one is loud, but we'll just focus in on the other one. And this is loud. Quite a bit worn out and rusted. Pretty bad shape. So what we're going to do is clean off the surfaces on both of these and try to get these jam nuts off, and then remove the housings for the throwout bearings. Now that they're cleaned off, you can see on one of these staking areas there's an Allen set screw in there. We'll just turn that out. Nice little set screw like that. So that's one. We'll get the other one. Of course, it's going to be a little tougher. Or if I can knock it one way or another. There it goes. There's the staking nuts. Her staking bolts are out. Now we can just see if we can knock that loose there with a punch here. Well, this one I got the staking bolt out, and this one here, it doesn't make sense to have one in there because it's not in line with any one of these other depressions. But it seems like it's got something in there, and I can't get it off, so it hasn't moved a darn bit here. I'm going to give it another couple of tries, but I think I got extra ones of these nuts, so I'll just split it off of there with a blue wrench. Can't hurt the bearing. Well, we got it on the run.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Just had to get serious about it.
Yeah, just had to get serious. As soon as I mentioned the blue wrench, it just broke loose on the next whack. Could have been some thread lock in there, but I don't think they had that available in the 40s.
I don't think so.
There's the both of them off. Now we're just going to get something in there to pull them bearings off and go from there. That wasn't hard at all. That's the one. We'll see if this second one comes off that easy. Okay, that's the second one. There's the one snap ring. Just like that, the bearing is apart and it's in pieces. And just get my gloves on because I just don't want to touch these grimy things. There it's in pieces, the shield, race, and the inner bearings there. And dirty, rusty stuff, but they're worn out. It is pretty much garbage. Put that off to the side. Now we'll just set the other one up and we'll do the same thing. There's our snap ring. And it's out in pieces. Shield, the race, and the we still have to get these inner races out. That's going to be a treat. Actually, it looks like there's some holes here we can drive a punch in. Look at that. Coming out. There's that race right out of there. That wasn't so hard. Okay, that's these cages all freed up. Just got to clean them up. This is what we're ended up with for garbage, is the 2 seal rings, the roller inner bearing, the outer race, second race, and then another set right here, all garbage. So that's all going to be replaced. I got extra ones on location. They're in the used department, but they're way better than those. We're left with these pieces that just got to be cleaned up. The 2 snap rings, 2 lock nuts, and I got the staking pins put away already. And these cages, once they're cleaned up, they're going to be just fine. So we'll clean that up, and now we're just ready to go on. We'll get these here steering packs adjusted somehow or another, get them set up so we can take those apart. We'll bring you right back. Well, that didn't take long to set that up. We got the whole pack sits in this little light duty 10-ton hydraulic press, and looks like it's just made for it. This here is a homemade pushing plate. It sits right in there like that. We should be able to push down equally. This frame here on either side of the steering pack will catch 4 of these bolts at the same time, and there is no spring assembly in the direct center. So this is going to be just like, hopefully, ideal. Need to get a better handle. I'm going to put these locking bolts back in place now that I have the plate pushed pretty much down there. I'm thinking I'll have to put it on its side and tap the bolts back in to get the keepers off. They're so rusted. Well, it seems to me this pusher plate is not heavy enough to handle all those springs, or it's dishing up. So might have to go back to my old standby unit, one at a time with the C-clamp. This is the way I've done the rest of them, was with this before I found that plate. The plate's a good idea, but it's not heavy enough. It's bending, so we'll just see what's going to go on here. And these are really locked on. One. Oh my God, it's going to take a while. These springs are bent, it might be because I have heat in there, or I got extra springs. There's the pin. Lots of rust, we got lots of work to do. Okay, we'll do the next one. Start to rain now too. No persuasion. There she's released. 2. So I think there you get the idea. We're going to keep on working our way around. We got 6 more to go. Okay, we went all the way around. We're working on the very last ones of these springs. Very last one of those keepers. Okay, release this. And another one of these damaged springs. I'm sure it's because I heated up the nut to break it loose. But I've got a couple sets of these springs, so I'm not too worried about that. On top of it, most of them are fairly rusted. You know, they're not in the best of shape. Okay, we'll just break this apart piece by piece and see what we got. There's our first steel. They just look to be like rusted. They're not necessarily pitted, so it's not the most advisable thing, but if we have to, we can clean them up, and they're gonna work. There's our first fiber. I got some fibers and steels. I don't have enough to make a set, but I think if I just buff these off, clean all the rust out of them, we're gonna have to make her work. lot of rust. Well, it's going to take a little bit of time to get these off. Everything is so rusted. I do have spare hubs as well. These are got heavily pitted on the teeth. Those discs won't slide up and down on there very easy, I'm gonna guess. So we're gonna have to get this apart and we'll check out what we got for extra parts. Coming to the end, couple of three, I realized that it's better to turn the thing upside down and tap them down as to try to pry them up. All right, there's the hub. Really rusted shape, pitted pretty bad. I don't think it's gonna operate a clutch very good. It's just always going to be dragging until, forever. But we do have some spare hubs, so we'll dig them out. I might dig them out before I break that other one apart. These discs are no worse or no better than the ones I got in storage. They're used discs, so we'll just have to go dig all that out and analyze what we're going to do. Okay, it's been a couple of weeks since I did that last clip of those steering clutches. I had to take some time off and went to Sturgis and ride around the motorcycle, come back, and here we're back at her here this morning. And we're just going to wrap up that last video finally and the last clip and show you what has got done since we're riding. Phil, he's actually hung around and cleaned off a lot of those discs that I took apart from the one clutch pack. Still haven't got this first clutch pack apart. I still got that plate in there, and we're going to have to take that plate out of there and do the same thing probably with the big C-clamp. Over here is the stack of discs that we pulled out of the first clutch pack. Phil, he's buffed them off with the cordless drill and a wire brush, and things are looking pretty good there. Most of them are in good enough shape to use. I got a few spare discs and clutch packs here. We're going to take advantage of, use them up. Over here, this hub, Phil never cleaned this up. It's kind of been scraped up a little bit, but I'm going to have to buff that off as best as it can be, because I looked in the tickle trunk and there is no extra hubs. The pressure plate is going to be fine. And then these brake bands, I got these out of the Tickle trunk. They're a lot smoother. The cogs and everything are nice and smooth compared to the ones we pulled out of the Army Cat. So we'll put the brake bands, we will replace the brake bands with these ones, so we don't have to clean up as much rust and pitted stuff. We'll have to put it together with what we got. That's all we can do. Okay, we're going to wrap up the video here about the clutch packs, and we'll move ahead. Won't bother recording it because it's going to be the same thing, and it's just a long, dirty, rusty process. I'm going to take the other clutch pack apart, and then we'll start rebuilding them, put them back onto the bevel shaft. That's all we got for now. We'll catch up to you later.